Welcome back. Episode 2 of AuntDiesDozen.com. I'm Diane Conklin with Complete Marketing Systems, and I am just so happy that you're joining me for this series, as you can tell by this big silly grin on my face. This is just fun. This is just taking me back through so many times that I've spent with the nieces and the nephews, and how much I love, adore, enjoy being an aunt. I love being Aunt Di, and so this is just really fun for me. So episode 2, never take no for an answer, at least not the first time, right? Think about how many times you tell, again, I said this is the young one, right? But a young child, no. What do? First, it's please. No. Please. No. But please, right? You get the praying hands, and now you get the but in front of the please, right? And so then what do? When you're a firm no, then they try to figure out a different way to ask, or a way to ask for something else that will ultimately get them to the thing that they want, right? And so it's just, how does that apply to your business? Well, it's simple. You take no for an answer almost immediately, right? Think about the last time you tried to make a sale and somebody said no. What did you do? Did you try to overcome their objections? Did you follow up with them in a few days or a few weeks? So many times as adults, when we get told no, we stop. Kids don't stop. They take every angle, every possible color variation to get the thing that they want. And it doesn't even matter if, Aunt Di, can I have a donut? No, I don't have any donuts in the house. Well, let's go to the store. Right? No, we're not going to the store right now. Well, can we go to the store later? Maybe we could go to the store. No, let's go to the store later, right? And I guarantee you, if at some point during the day there's something else that you said you didn't have, they'll be sure to mention to you that you need to go to the store. And while we're at the store, can we get donuts, right? It's this whole, and they're going to continue on and on and on. Why? Because they haven't been through what we've been through in their lives, which is a good thing, right? They haven't been told no so many times that they stop asking. And I, quite frankly, encourage them even as they get older. Ask for what you want. How else are you going to get anything other than asking for what you want? Now, I'm not sure the parents appreciate the fact that I do that, but it's true. And I don't ever want these important people in my life to stop asking for what they want. So don't stop taking no. As soon as somebody says no, you tuck your tail between your legs and you run off. Or if you're persistent, you go to the next person. But no doesn't always mean no, right? Even the donut didn't mean no. It just means I don't have any in the house and I don't want to go to the store right now. We'll go later, right? You can have a donut. I don't care. It's, one donut, right? It's not a big deal. But the point of the matter is that we stop. Somebody says no and you're like, okay, gosh, there's another one. You go off feeling bad, right? Because you forgot episode 1. You forgot to have fun. It's a game. When somebody tells you no, first of all, I had a client, one of my catering clients, and he got really dejected and was really in not a good place, because he felt like people were telling him no, right? And even now, a couple of years later, he still talks about this. And so it's important, and I want to share it with you, right? When somebody says no, they're not saying no to you. They're not saying, no, Diane, you can't have a donut, right? They're saying, even in my situation, it's not that you can't have a donut, it's just I don't have any. But they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to the opportunity. They're saying no, it's not the right time. They're saying no, I don't have anything planned right now, or whatever. We take this so personally, especially as we get older and we have, some experience under our belt. the more no's we get, the more personal they feel. It's not personal. It's not about you. It's not. And so when you get a no, find a different door. There's always more than one way in. Maybe it's a back door. Maybe it's a side door. It doesn't matter. Maybe it's a smaller sale. But no doesn't necessarily mean no. It may just mean no right now. I always ask people, after I've followed up and done everything I think I can do in a realistic time frame, and maybe it's 2 weeks, maybe it's 3 or 4 weeks, every situation is going to be different. I always say to them, is it okay if I follow up with you again in a couple of months or in a few weeks? Because here's the thing, when that thing that has kept them from saying no right now is not the right time right now, when that changes, I want to be top of mind. I want to be the person they think to go to for their marketing, to go through for their coaching or their consulting or their partial CEO. I want to be there. And how do I do that? I do that by staying top of mind. I do that by continuing to follow up. But I'm now a welcome guest because I asked for their permission. I asked for their permission. So stop taking no for an answer, especially the first no. How do you find a way to get into them, to get into the situation, to maybe it's a toe dip instead of a whole foot or a whole leg or the whole dive, right? Doesn't matter. Once you're in, now you get to develop the relationship. You get to show them how good you are, and now that relationship can flourish. But it never flourishes if when you hear that first no, you just go, you leave. Don't do that. Be persistent. Be like the littles and just find a different angle, find a different color, find a different day, find a different way. You can't have glazed donuts and shoot for powder, right? It's the same in our businesses. If you don't have kids in your life, go find some just to hang out with, because it'll change your perspective. It'll change your perspective. To get all of these lessons, all of these episodes in Aunt Di's Dozen, go to AuntDi'sDozen.com. Until next time, let me know what you think of this. If you got to know and not sure how to deal with it, reach out. Let's talk about it. I'd love to help you through it. Until next time, make it a great day.